Thank you, and welcome back to The Briefcase, where we talk all things business, investing, and real estate. Now, everyone knows what a real estate agent does. They show houses, they negotiate deals, and they hustle for commission. And that's what 99% of people who fail the real estate test think they will become. But what if I told you the true power, and often the most stable, high six-figure income, isn't in sales at all? It's in the engine that runs the brokerage firm. These are the operational bosses you've never heard of. Today we are breaking down the 10 roles that keep the mega firms alive. If you're serious about understanding how this massive asset class works as a business, you need to know who these people are. First role, we have the managing broker. Think of them as the final boss. While agents can work independently, they must hang their license under a brokerage. The managing broker holds the ultimate legal responsibility for every transaction and every agent under them. They review contracts, settle disputes, and hold the key to licensure, all while handling the complex transactions and commissions. Keep in mind, there will be credentials needed. This isn't an entry-level job. It requires a specialized broker's license, which generally means holding a salesperson's license for 2 to 4 years of active practice and passing a significantly harder exam. Their compensation is usually a combination of salary and of a percentage of the total brokerage's revenue. Second job is the transaction coordinator, or the TC. These are the air traffic controllers of the firm. While an agent is busy finding the next client, the TC takes the contract the moment it is signed and manages the chaos from that point until the moment the keys are handed over. They chase signatures, coordinate with lenders, schedule inspections, and ensure every I is dotted. If a TC misses a contingency, the deal fails. A top-tier TC handles 30 to 50 files at once. Well, you will need some credentials. Well, not technically. Most states don't require a license, but the good ones have one. You must be an organizational wizard with OCD-level detail. Compensation is usually per file handled, with experienced TCs clearing 6 figures purely on the volume they handle. Third job is the compliance officer. This is the risk killer of the firm. Real estate has massive legal liability. This person's sole job is to review every piece of advertising, every contract, and every social media post to ensure it complies with local, state, and federal laws. They are also the audit defense for the managing broker. If they catch a mistake, they kill the problem before it becomes a lawsuit. There are some credentials needed. They are often licensed agents, sometimes even paralegals, although those paralegals have extreme specialization in real estate. A failed audit can ruin a firm's reputation, so they are compensated heavily for their protection. Job number 4 is the director of marketing. They are the lead architect of the brand. While individual agents run personal marketing, the director of marketing builds the systems that generate inbound leads for the entire firm. They manage the brokerage's digital architecture, website SEO, high-end content production, and overall brand position. If the managing broker is the legal head, this person is the voice. Credentials needed. There is no license needed, but you must be a specialist in digital systems, high leverage content creation, and data analytics. This role directly impacts the entire company's revenue velocity. Job number 5, the inside sales agent, or the ISA. This is the warm-up team. Most agents wait for the phone to ring. The ISA makes the phone ring. They are often licensed agents who choose to work only inside the office. Their job is cold calling, lead qualification, and nurturing database contacts. When the ISA identifies a prospect who is actually ready to buy or sell, they hand off a warm, qualified lead to a field agent for the closing. An ISA maximizes the firm's efficiency. Credentials needed. Usually an active salesperson's license. A high-performing ISA can make more than a standard agent, because they handle massive lead volume without ever leaving their desk. Job number 6 is the Chief Operations Officer, or the COO. They are the system builder. This is the calculus logic role. They analyze the rate of change in the business and build and optimize systems for scalability. While the managing broker handles the law, the COO handles the internal mechanisms, human resources, software integrations, accounting platforms like Shopify and digital products, or office logistics and internal communications. Their goal is zero waste and maximum output velocity. Credentials needed. There's no license needed, but you must have a deep background in business systems, organizational leadership, and process optimization. This is a top-tier executive role. Job number 7, the recruiting manager. This is the talent scout of the firm. They are directly tied to the productivity of the agents. Their one metric is how many high-producing agents can I get to join my firm. They use complex data analysis to identify and target agents at other brokerages who are growing quickly but may be unhappy with their current firm's systems, so they sell their firm's vision to them. Credentials needed. They must hold an active real estate license to legally discuss commission splits and contract terms. Their compensation is usually tied directly to the revenue produced by the agents they recruit. Job number 8, the real estate analyst. This is the data scientist of the firm. Real estate is an asset class, and in 2026, it is managed with high-level data. The analyst looks at macroeconomic trends, absorption rates, local market shifts, and neighborhood demographics to predict future performance. They provide critical data for massive development projects and institutional acquisitions, like additive reuse. If an investor wants to build a new species of house, the analyst tells them if it's financially viable. Credentials needed: a degree in finance, economics, or even advanced mathematics. They don't need a real estate license. Job number 9, the chief financial officer, or the CFO. This is the money tracker of the firm. They manage the entire financial architecture of the firm. We aren't just talking about paying commission checks. We're talking about capital structure, forecasting, budgeting for massive marketing campaigns, managing debt, and tax optimization. The CFO manages the relationship with the bank, ensuring the brokerage itself remains financially solvent and profitable. Credentials needed: absolutely no real estate license, but there are almost always a certified public accountant or have an advanced financial degree. The last job is the leasing and property manager. This is the wealth protector for the firm. For major brokerages, sales is only about half the business. The other half is recurring revenue from managing assets from institutional investors or high net worth individuals. The property manager handles tenant relations, maintenance, logistics, rent collection, and ensures the properties are operating at maximum efficiency and value for the owner. It is a massive, complex operation. Credentials needed: in nearly all states, you must hold a broker's license to legally manage property and handle rent, as this is considered licensed activity. It is a stable, non-sales-based way to generate serious wealth. I taught you these 10 jobs because of the Feynman effect. The Feynman effect states that you can explain complex systems simply, you truly master them. While I'm doing this to study, I want to build a community that asks hard, sometimes confusing questions, virtually confusing yourself to wealth. Stop trying to be the next superstar agent and start thinking about which specialized role allows you to dominate the market by building a better system. If you have questions about any of these jobs, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And remember, stay smart.